Hello, Janelle Dunn here for another Mindset Monday, and today I'm talking about how our thoughts cause stress in our lives. Often we look to external elements and lay blame on our stress. It's the work environment, it's the home environment, it's my relationship, it's my partner, it's the world and global issues that is triggering all of the stress in my life right now. Yes, 100%, all of the above causes stress. There is no doubt about that. However, there is also the hidden inner cause of most of our daily stress, and that comes from our own destructive thinking, which is the topic for today. As Gandhi said, our thoughts become words, and our words become actions, and our actions become our daily habits. So today I'm focusing on how those thoughts become words. So when our thoughts are destructive, meaning fearful, doubting, criticizing, and second guessing, then we do one of two things. The first thing we do is we can stop and don't do anything at all, because it leads into this feeling of this lacking, and I'm feeling lost and not content with my life, which I have a lot of women come and talk to me about. We're paralyzed by our own doubtful thoughts, and the stress comes from that negative self-talk, because all we do all day is actually just battle inside of our head. Part of you says, go, do this thing, launch this business, try this job. And the other part says, no, I can't do that. I can definitely not do that. Who said I could do that? And then we feel stuck because we aren't moving forward and we're not moving back, and the stress comes from that half in, half out feeling. Then, of course, the I should list start, and you know how I feel about the word should. They start to build up. I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And we cringe inside because we're unable to listen to that part of us that just says, go do this thing that you want to do. 2, we push ourselves to strive and fill a void of feeling not good enough. Now, this one is for all the women who are living life attempting to find perfection. We're working constantly to prove and validate ourselves. Yes, I say ourselves because it's me too. First thing I want to share is that life is not perfect. You are never going to find the perfect time, the perfect person to have a relationship with, the perfect course to do, the perfect knowledge, or to feel good enough to fill that void. Whatever the destructive thinking is telling you, there is actually no such thing as perfection. Okay, so that event or that situation you are playing out in your mind is not going to ever go perfectly to plan. This is life. The beauty of life, once you get to the other side, is learning and growing, and it's about being on that journey. What else does a perfectionist seeking workaholic do? Controlling the outcome, of course. Takes one to know one, right? So, which, in turn, trying to control that outcome gives us anxiety, because we are doing everything we can to manipulate and control something that is 100% uncontrollable. Then when we can't control it and the worry and the fear kick in, it's when our body starts to respond, okay? So what is perfectionism? It is the byproduct of insulating ourselves from fear. Either fear of criticism, a fear of being attacked, so that's words or actions, or a fear of disappointing something. So I'll give you an example. In my corporate career, I always felt like I had to keep working because I owed them something. So I would push and I would do more, and I would work late and do more hours. I felt responsible to front up and give 150% of myself because they had an expectation of me, and I can't let them down, which caused me so much stress and exhaustion in my life. In reality, that expectation was actually all in my head. I realize that now. No one ever told me that. No one ever told me I wasn't doing enough. It was my lack in self-belief that meant I felt guilt about not doing enough. Does that make sense? Again, destructive thinking, attempting to fill the good enough void in my life. And often we get really stressed over outcomes too, right? So going into meetings, already on the defense, always feeling like you haven't done enough. And your immediate go-to is expecting the worst in terms of feedback that you're going to get from the manager or, the people you're sharing your ideas with. We put so much pressure on ourselves, let me tell you, and I know you've probably been there too. Drop a comment below if this is resonating with you so far. But if you own your own business, then perfectionism can play out in a totally different way, because you're striving constantly. And the more you work and the harder you go is only ever going to increase your stress, because you will never stop working. There is never an end to your to-do list. And the exhaustion from striving, being a one-man band or a small-man business, is pushing for that perfection. Nothing ever feels worthy of achievement or accomplishment because of what we think up here is the perfect outcome that we're dreaming up in our mind. And again, attempting to fill the good enough void to make income this time round just doesn't work. It causes us more stress. So honestly, I had to learn both of these things the hard way. I hit burnout to learn it, okay? Good enough or close enough has to be done in order for you to continue to meet the deadlines and grow your business as a business owner. So I've had one of the creatives in my circle, an amazing woman, say to me, Janelle, done is good. Don't overthink it. And it was the best piece of advice I could have been given, which 100% helps me to move forward. So if you are stalling and waiting and editing and perfecting something today, hit the submit button. What's the worst thing can happen? Just do it. You can always come back and re-edit again if you need to. If you are in motherhood and you are stuck comparing yourself, your child to someone else's growth and development, I want to remind you that no pregnancy is perfect. No labor plan is perfect. No child will grow at the same rate. So when you set up your mind with expectations of how it should be, it causes stress. Because how can real life live up to that actual vision that we have created in our mind? Yes, absolutely. Have an idea of how you want it to be. Plan and organize yourself for how you want it to be. But don't let your thinking automatically shift to failure if that doesn't go to plan. Because nothing, again, is perfect. My son did not walk until he was 22 months old. He commando crawled and I was like freaking out for months. He's never gonna walk. I can't even begin to tell you how many nights I laid awake thinking like, when is he going to walk? Is there something wrong with him? Have I done something wrong? What's gonna happen? When is he gonna walk? So like, why isn't he like everyone else in my mother's group? And he was just a bit delayed and I didn't do anything wrong. Like, it wasn't up to me, it was up to him. My doctor said to me, I promise you, Janelle, he's going to walk by the time he's 18 years of age. And guess what? Ethan did walk in his own time and now he runs and he's like a normal 7-year-old. So in order to shift that destructive thinking, the belief within you has to change. So I'm going to ask you some hard questions here. At what point did you decide that you aren't capable of producing amazing work? At what point did you decide that the work that you submit is going to be criticized? And at what point in your life, did you decide that you are going to be a disappointment? And at what point in your life did you decide that you are not good enough? Our thoughts stem from our beliefs. This is the work that you have to do on yourself. I love positive affirmations and I use them daily in my journal. If you need to shift your belief in this area of your life to quiet the destructive thinking, then here you go. I've got some affirmations for you. I want you to say them, write them, and use them daily. Number 1, the work I produce is amazing. Or here's one for you. I am an amazing entrepreneur. I'm an amazing, whatever your work title is. I'm an amazing mother. I'm an amazing daughter. I'm an amazing wife. Repeat until you believe it. And if hearing me say these words or thinking about writing them actually makes you cringe in disbelief, then I think we need to talk, because I can absolutely help you unravel that block so the destructive thinking doesn't circle around, causing you more stress than you ever need in your life, okay? That's it from me today. If this message resonated with you today, then drop a comment below and let me know, or share with someone that you know in your circle who needs to hear this message too. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful week ahead. Take care, everyone.